Hello, everyone. I said I would come back on when I was back into the office and explain about the ongoing opportunities that we have to work for Sleepy Hollow. So literally just the last week of term, we were approached by a school neighbouring to ours in St Bernard's in Rosetta. It's actually their shared education partnership school over at Knockbrader Primary School that we've asked to come in and run an after schools club for. So we're going to be re-advertising again for more managers. So maybe that'll give the opportunity for some people who applied for us at the end of June, beginning of July. We had a really fantastic recruitment drive those 2 weeks. And at that point, it secured all of our appointments. So we are writing out to some people who have applied previously to say that you can reapply for this post. We don't keep your names unless we specifically advertise to say that we keep your names from previous shortlisting. So we're re-advertising again to keep everything right. So it'll be term time afternoons only over in the Rosetta area. We've another school, possibly in East Belfast, where we need to recruit a manager for. So 1 to 2 managers posts and possibly just 1 assistant at this stage for the Belfast area, again, afternoons only. And the beauty about working for Sleepy Hollow is quite often it can become a full-time post for our staff. We work closely with the primary schools, and often principals will say to us, have you got any staff who are looking for morning work, would they like to apply for us? And that maybe won't happen until later on in the school year, but a lot of our staff go on to work in the mornings in classroom assistant posts or lunchtime supervisor posts. Or, of course, you don't have to, but it's just for people who are looking for maybe more full-time work. Sleepy Hollow contracts are always permanent posts, and maybe unlike the school where it's temporary posts, so you're given a post for an academic year. So the staff do, of course, like the job security of having a permanent contract with us. So look, I'm going to tell you why I think, Sleepy Hollow is a great opportunity for you if you're a manager. So for a manager, we're looking for people with level 5, preferably, in either play work or early years or something equivalent. So it could be social work, nursing. We've got some people in teaching who are coming to work with us. But we prefer to have, as I say, a minimum of level 5. If not, a level 3 who's very, very enthusiastic and who's willing to undertake a funded level 5 program with us on appointment. So you would have to have 2 years experience and be really bubbly and really, really enthusiastic. We know there are some people who just haven't had the opportunities or the funds to be able to fund a level 5. It's a very expensive training program. So we certainly won't let that hold the right candidate back. More than qualifications, we want the right person for the job. So what can you achieve in Sleepy Hollow in the next 12 months? Well, I think you're going to work within a dynamic team offering childcare on a school site. I think, parents want this. It's certainly a demand for parents. They like knowing that they can drop their children off in school that day and pick them up there in the evening. So we have seen, obviously, our business growing over the years because that is really parental demand. Schools are being asked of this by parents, and the forward-thinking schools are already being proactive in offering this on site. You'll also be supported if you're a manager by a wider management team, allowing you to focus just on the day-to-day. People, when they come to us and they've worked elsewhere, will sometimes say, I have to do it all. I have to do the invoicing. I have to do the booking children in. I have to do a little bit of advertising. I have to go to all the school open nights, or I have to do it all. Well, look, in Sleepy Hollow, you're just there to look after the children, mentor your staff team, and look after the day-to-day. The only thing that we ask of you is that you do your weekly shopping. All of our staff are given preloaded credit cards, and you do the shopping for your individual, and that's the food shopping, that is, we get you all your resources. So you can just concentrate on looking after the children and inspiring your team and bringing them on the journey with you. So you have a good support from a wider management team. We always will say, look, we want to represent the Sleepy Hollow brand and the ethos, and that's professional. To us, we have a very professional stance when we're dealing with clients, the school staff, our colleagues, and we just want people to have a sense of pride in their team and their branch and to represent Sleepy Hollow and the school they work with pride. And that's something, that is really, really important to us, that ethos. As Brona, my colleague, talks about it, it's the Sleepy Hollow way. You're going to be offered additional CPD training, and all of that's fully funded, and you have the opportunity to input and contribute to our company development program and monthly planning, you know, that you'll have with your own team. You lead your own team planning, and then, as I say, you'll be supported by a senior management team. And we will give you the autonomy to lead your own team and to act as a mentor to your new staff. You know, we really want to step back and allow our managers that autonomy to lead their team. You have the opportunity to liaise daily with other managers. We use the family app. A lot of nurseries out there do use that app, and we use it really as a networking tool amongst our staff as well. So staff will often just post in a staff only area and family photos and inspiration of what they're doing that day. In fact, you know, there are rooms that do it every single day, and if not, you know, people are posting at least once or twice a week. So you get good ideas and good inspiration, and you can kind of reach out and say, like, you know, I had this issue today, how would you deal with it? Or that doesn't happen so much because people will contact the manager, but it's nice to know that you're not alone, and if you've got a decision to take, there's plenty of other ears, you know, there to help you. And you know, you can progress on a larger branch, take on additional management roles. We have our head of admin now who works in our head office, previously managed our site in Carrickfergus. So people, you know, start from the ground up. You know, I always talk about Brona. When I came in, Brona, my colleague, literally, you know, has worked her way up to being a director. She's worked in every single role in the organisation. So, you know, there is career progression for people who are looking for it. So shortlisting interviews will be held via Zoom, probably quite early in August. Probably the week after our closing. I'm just going to check actually, the closing date will be the first Friday in August. I'll post that date, I think it's the 5th. I'll post that down in the comments section. What benefits you have for Sleepy Hollow? Well, financial benefits. You're well remunerated for your role. You get additional leave in terms of we have closed set days, and we have some staff who may, by exception, more staff, unfortunately, than managers, who may apply for term time only contracts, or at least apply to have 1 month off in the summer. And those are things that we look at on very favourably. We offer childcare scheme, obviously, for those people who work with us who've got children. We offer a company pension scheme. There's on-site parking in all of our sites. And we have private medical insurance after 12 months of working for us. If you're a manager, that's something we had hit pause on during COVID, but we're reopening that again in September. You work Monday to Fridays. There's no weekend work. Obviously, with no COVID restrictions at the moment, as and when COVID restrictions ever come in, we're obviously very proactive in that regard. So we have a good policy, you know, to protect all of our staff. So the same really for assistants. It's exactly the same thing. We ask for level 2, if not level 3. But if not, if you're enthusiastic, you've got experience, you haven't had the opportunity to get qualifications, we will put you on a fully funded training program. And they really exactly the same things apply. The private healthcare is for manager grade only, but you know, a lot of our current managers have worked their way up from being assistants. So again, 2 manager posts Belfast, probably 1 to 2 assistant posts still maybe outstanding, that you can join us from September and join a dynamic team. So just wanted to pop on, give a little explanation as to why we're advertising again in the Belfast area at short notice, but quite literally the school just approached us. Actually, school holidays already started. So thankfully the social worker was able to come out on the Thursday before we closed. So on the Friday we agreed that we would open in September. So it gives us a very short window to get opened for September. So we need to get advertising and recruiting staff straight away. So if you want to drop your CV to info@sleepyhollowgroup.com, we'll be keeping applications open, as I said, until the 5th of August, with interviews scheduled for very early the following week, with fingers crossed a start date for September. It leaves it very tight for getting vetting, fit person interviews, but we can only try our best, and the school are aware of that. We will get opened as soon as all of our staff are vetted and in place. Okay, so thanks a lot for listening to me a second time today, but I just wanted to come on and explain that face to face. Thank you.